Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of Floxus, and here we are with the 10th part of Python bootcamp course. And today in our session we are going to see about file handling. That is, we are going to start from basic, like first we will see what is a file, and then we are going to do all the operations with the file. Like we are going to actually work with the operating system of our PC. Okay, so let's start. So yeah, what is a file? Files are storage compartments on your computer that are managed by operating system. Like some anything. Okay, sometimes we just write like whether it's a notepad file or like your Python file or anything. It can be an image or a music or a video. It's a file. Okay, whenever we save it, it's a file. Okay, sometimes we create a folder and then we save all those file inside that. Okay, so all program need the input to process and output to display data. Okay, so basically whenever we create a user friendly program, okay, whenever we create a program or we code for like asking the input from the user, what do? We simply write like input, and then we ask it from user the value. Okay, but sometimes what happen, we need more data. Okay, we need more data, and sometimes we need that data repeatedly. So what we can do, we can simply store that specific data in a file. Okay, so that it makes that data permanent, as well as it can be saved in our PC. Okay, we don't have to update, or we don't have to give that input by ourselves like repeatedly. Okay, it can be saved in our computer, and we can just we can take the path. Okay, if you don't know what is a path, don't worry, I'm going to explain it. Okay, so we can just tell, or we can input that specific file by by just using its path. Okay, so yeah, basically why do we use files in Python? Okay, why we are studying this in Python? Because what happens when we need more amount of data, or when we need a permanent data? Okay, what happens in Python, whenever you give an input, okay, whenever you give an input, as soon as the terminal or the interpreter ends, what happens, that data gets like it gets deleted. Okay, or it is not permanent. Okay, so when you again run that code, okay, that the data that was earlier sent or given as the input, that is not there. Okay, that was just like that was deleted. But by the help of this file, what we can do, we can store that data somewhere in our PC. Okay, and we can use it again and again, and it can be saved permanently. Okay, so, and everything needs a file as name storage compartments on computer that are managed by OS, that is operating system. OS, like basically in which OS you are working in our in your computer, whether it's like basically it is the interface between the user and the hardware. Okay, so OS is simply the interface between the user and the hardware, okay, by which we connect to the hardware. Okay, so yeah, though variables provide us a way to store data while the program runs, if we want our data to persist even after the termination of the program, we have to save it to a file. Okay, that's the main purpose of why we are actually using the file concept in Python. Okay, what happens whenever, like, if you want to if you want to input the list, okay, or if you are asking user to input the value of a list, uh, so what will happen, in terminal we simply add the value, or we give the value of the whatever the value has been asked. Okay, as soon as the code get executed, the value that we have given as the input gets deleted, or it is not no more. Okay, again we will run it, again we have to give the value. Okay, but by the help of when we save it like a file, okay, when we save it to a file, what happens, that data gets saved permanently. Okay, we don't have to give that input again and again. Okay, Python 2 supports file handling, okay, and allows user to handle files Now, what do we mean by handling file? It simply means we can read, write, update the file, okay? We can create file. So by the help of this file handling, we can actually do all these things, that is read and write the file along with many other file handling options. And we are going to see how we can do that, okay? So I hope now you're clear why we actually need this file concept in Python, okay? Although we have seen many types of file in our, like in Windows, you have seen there's image, there is an image, there is videos, okay? There's like text files are there, okay? Python files are there. So you can just go and see in your desktop that there's so many files that are saved, okay? But in Python, we are having only two types of file, okay? We are going to see about it. First, let me show you what is the concept of path here, okay? So like when you create a like here you can see this is C drive, okay? This tells you in which drive we are, okay? And inside that we have this, whenever you will I will show you the practical also, okay? In your PC you have this kind of path that is being followed, okay? We have basically, so here basically this C part, that is this one. Okay, let me just show you. This C part of the, yeah, of the path is the root folder. This is called the root folder. Okay. You will see in your, like basically in Windows, we have three, that is three drives, that is C, then we have D, and then we have E. Okay. Suppose we are creating any folder, okay, inside this C drive. Okay. So this will be our root folder, which contains all the other folder, okay? So what we will say, inside this C drive, I have another folder that is users, okay? The name is users. And I have another folder that is Alex. Suppose it can be any name, like it is mainly the user's name, the computer user's name, okay? And then I have another folder that is document, and inside this you can see this is a file, okay? How I am telling that this is a file, okay? So basically a file, the name of a file is basically like this, always, okay? Which tells you this will be the name of the file name, okay? And this extension, okay, this extension actually tells you that which kind of file, okay, which type of file it is, okay? It can be MP4, or it can be like JPG file, or means basically it tells you like it is an image type, or video type, or like a text file, okay? So this extension actually tells you the type of the file, okay? Now this is, if I want to use this file, okay, suppose this file name, whatever the name of this file is, I want to use this file, then what I need to need to do, that is I will first go to C drive, and then I will go to users, and then I will go to Alex, and then I will go to documents, and then I will find this file name dot whatever the extension is, okay? So that's called a path, okay? That's a path that we are following to reach this file, okay? So if I want to access this file, then I need to follow this path. And if you even want to use this file, then you need to tell in the Python, okay? In Python you need to write the path of this file, so that your interpreter will actually understand that where is the location of that file. It actually tells you the location of that file, okay? So this is the concept of paths. I guess now it is clear to you all. You can actually get to know about the location of any file, okay, by just going to that file and then right click on it, and then by just going to the properties, and inside that you will see the location, okay? So let me just show you so that it will be more clear to you all. Like here you can see, wait a minute, let me just show you that. Okay, so here you can see this A is an image, okay? You can see type of file, that is PNG, and this .png is actually the extension, okay? And then you can see this is the location. This is the location of this file, okay? So that's actually the path, okay? Sometimes you need to specify that path for actually referring or to get that image. Okay, you need to have that path. So that's the concept of path, and I guess now you can easily go and get the path of any Python or any file. Okay, in any file. Okay, it can be Python file, it can be an image or text. Okay, anything. But now here comes the like in Python you have only two types of file, that is text and binary. Okay, so we are going to see about it. Let me just show you. Yeah, so there are always two parts in a file. Basically we have two parts in a file in the computer system. The file name, I've already explained that part, that is file name, and then dot extension, which actually tells us that which kind of or which type of file it is. Okay, and its extension. Okay, also the file have two key properties, its name and the location or the path. Okay, location or path, I've already explained how you can actually get to know about the location or the path of that file. Okay, which specifies the location where the file exists, and also how we can like write the name of a file. Okay, so what we can do, we can write the file name and then dot, and then whatever the extension is, what type of file you want to save it like. Okay, so a built-in open method is used to create a Python file object. Okay, so we are going to actually see about all those methods that are there, that by which we can actually create, and then we can like we can create, update, and then read the file. Okay, so we can do many operations, which provides a connection to the file that is residing on programmer's machine. Okay, after calling the function open, programmers can transfer strings of data to and from the external file that is residing in the machine. Okay, so basically what we can do, as soon as we open any file, then only what we can do, we can actually modify, or we can do any operations with that file. Okay, now in Python we have mainly, I've already told you, or I've already explained this, that we have only two type of file. There is no image, or there is no like music extension of any file. We inside Python we have only two type of extension, or we can say only two type of file, that is, one is text file and the other one is binary file. All the other files are actually classified or categorized into these two parts only. Okay, so the files store the form of characters or string data. Inside text file, we have only the characters or string data. Then you can take the example of name of a student, Robert. Okay, so Robert will be a string type of data. We know that, and it can be saved in a text file. Okay, now what is a binary file? So yeah, obviously we are going to create some applications or any project where we will be requiring some data that are of image type. Okay, that are of video type. Then at that time, this like basically those files will be under this binary files. Okay, we use binary files to store binary data like images, videos, audio files, and etc. All those files will be coming under this binary file. So mainly if someone asks you like what are the types of file that we can handle in Python, then you can just clearly tell them that yes, we have only two types. All the other types of files that we see in our PC or in Windows, those files are categorized under these two files only. Okay, that is text file and binary file. Okay, now we have this very important like method, or we can say important thing that we need to do before like handling the file. Okay, before doing anything with the file, we need to open that file. Okay, so we use open function. Okay, this is a built-in function in Python to open a file in read or write mode. Okay, so we can open a file either in read mode or in write mode. Okay, so the open function accepts mainly two arguments. Okay, we have only two arguments. There is one more arguments, that is for buffering. I'm going to explain that too. So mainly we have two arguments, that is file name and open mode. Even this is optional, that is open mode. It's because it's optional. Why it is optional? Because there is a default value that is already set. Okay, if you don't specify or if you don't tell the interpreter that I want to open this file, okay, with the mode as whatever, then what will happen, there is one default value that is there, which will always be there, okay, in this part. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you what is that default mode. If you are having the idea, you can comment it out. Okay, it's like a small quiz. If you are having the idea, just comment it out. We are going to see about it. So the basic syntax of opening a file is like open and then whatever the file name is. And if you have not saved the file inside the same directory, then what you can do, you can specify the path of the file. Okay, because interpreter doesn't know where is the file. Okay, sometimes it can happen that the same file name, we are having two files with the same file name, then that at that time it can be confusing. So we need to specify the location of that file if we are not saving that file in the same directory. Okay, then this mode will actually tell us that we are opening that file in read or write mode. Okay, so here the file name represent a name on which the data is stored. Okay, the file open mode represents the purpose of the opening the file. Okay, why we are actually opening that file. Okay, so we need to tell that, so that after that, after opening that file, we can do the operations that we want to do. So yes, what are the file object attributes? So let me just explain that. What are the things that we can do after opening that file? We can actually get to know about the name of that file. So name of opened file, you can actually get to know about it. Then mode, in which mode we have used or we are going to use. So you can get to know about the mode in which it is opened. Okay, then closed, it will actually return boolean value indicating that file is closed or not. So close is also like close is also a function. You can, let me just, yeah, close is just like it's also a function that is same like the open function. So we can actually check that whether the file that we are working on, okay, is it closed or not. So it will return a boolean value that is true or false. Okay, readable, that means the mode is in the read mode or not. Okay, that is, can we read that file or not. Okay, returns boolean value indicate whether the file is readable or not. Then writable, that means it is we can write or not, or we can like we can update it or not, update the file or not. So these are the basic file object attributes. Now let me just show you the syntax how you can do it. So what I have done, let me just change the color of the marker. Yeah. So here you can see what I'm doing. I'm just creating, like I'm having this file variable. Okay, I'm storing this, whatever the file that will be opened, it will be stored in this file variable. Okay, you can take it as a variable. And what I'm doing, I'm opening the file. Which file? I'm opening sample file, which is of which type, what is the extension, that is text type, and then what is the mode of the file that we are opening, we are going to write it. Okay, so it is in the write mode. Okay, so yeah, that's how you actually use, or that's the basic syntax how you can open any file. Okay, next what I'm doing, I'm printing the file name. Okay, so what will be printed, the sample file. Okay, sample file is the name of the like file that we are actually opening, so we are writing that. Okay, then file mode, that is w, it will be printed that. Okay, is the file readable, then what we can do, just write file dot readable function, so it will return true or false. So as we can see, we are only opening in the write mode, so it is false. Okay, writable, then yes, true. Okay, so closed, are we closing this file? No, we are not actually closing it, but here you can see what I'm doing, file dot close, so here it will be false. Okay, but as soon as we close the file and now we are doing that, yeah, file dot closed, is it closed, then what it will print, it will print true, because we have actually closed the file. Okay, so that's the very basic concept or how you can actually handle it. I know this is very basic one, but if you are not clear with these, then it sometimes become very difficult. Okay, so that's why I've thought to explain in such a basic way. Okay, Now let me show you what are the modes that we can like specify during the opening of the file. Okay, so we know that there is a mode in which we can open. So there are basically three kinds, or you can say actually four kinds. Okay, let me just remove this. There are actually four kinds of mode. So first is R. See, there is no like there will be no problem in remembering these uh, like remembering these uh, syntax, or you can say these names, because it's very simple. Reading, R for reading, then W for writing, A for appending, then X for creating. This is a bit different, so don't worry. As soon as you like, whenever you will practice it, you will always like it will be, you will be familiar with these terms. Okay, so R for reading, then again I'm telling, W for writing, A for appending, and then X for creating. Like sometimes we need to create a file. Okay, so for that time we will use this mode, that is X. Okay, so the mode argument is not mandatory. Now I've already told you all that it's not mandatory to actually specify the mode, because we have one default mode that is already there. Now what is that default mode? If we don't specify anything, if we don't specify that what is the mode in which we are opening the file, it will take it as read. Okay, it will, by default it will be in the read mode. Okay, we can only read that file. So sometimes like user forget to add the mode, it just like open and then file name. So at that time there will be no error that will be shown. It will just simply be in the read mode. Okay, note, if the above mode suffixed with B, now here comes the very important part, and actually that's why I'm telling Python is very easy. Either in the case of like file handling, or in any case, Python is very easy. How you can just like here, these are the modes for text. Okay, these are the mode for text type of file. But this B, actually if we prefix this keyword, that is R, W, A, and then X, then we can actually tell that our text is of binary type. You don't have to do any kind of thing for handling the binary file. Such a easy way. You just have to write RB. Let me just change the marker color. Yeah, so it's RB. Yeah, RB, then it's like WB. It will tell you that yes, you are working in a binary file, you are opening a binary file. Okay, then we have AB, that means appending a binary file, then XB. Okay, and you don't have to write here T. Why? That also I will tell. Sometimes in some like sometimes you will see that they write like this RT or WT. So you don't have to write it. Even if you write it, there is no problem, because it is by default taken like RT or text type. Okay, so either you can use like this R, or you can use like this RT. Okay, it's the same way. Okay, so now I have already told you all that it's very easy to handle the binary type of files too. You just need to write B, or you need to add this B after whatever the mode is. Okay, so suffixed mode suffixed with B, then these represents the binary files. Okay, yeah. See, we have covered so many things. Even now you are not going to have any problem. You can simply open the file, you can specify that in which mode you are opening that file, and then now here comes the part like how you are going to do the handling of the file. That is what are the operations that we can do with the file. So let me just show you the basic syntax how you can open the file. So yeah, open and then file name, whatever the file name is. Here we are actually just using the file name and the extension. We are not adding the path. But if we are going to use the file from the PC, or like suppose that file is saved in the desktop, okay, in the desktop folder. So what we need to do, we need to add the location, okay, and then what we are doing, we are specifying the that is the mode. Okay, if we did not specify the open mode by default, it will be in the read mode. Okay, so I've already explained that. Yeah, Now we are going to work with the read mode. Okay, so first let me just explain you how we work with the file. Okay, what is the basic format that we follow? Okay, so first we need to create a file. Okay, we need to create a file. Then after creating a file, you need, for before doing any operation with that file, like either you want to create or like, sorry, if you want to read or write or anything, for that you need to do first open the file. Okay, open file. Then then we can work with that file. Now you can like update it or delete it, or reading anything, you can do that, appending. Okay, so and after that there is very important part, that is close the file. Okay, you need to close the file. Okay, and this can be done, yeah, again and again. Okay, you can do this. So this is the basic format that is followed. Okay, working with the files. Okay, and one more thing is there. What are the things that we can do? So it is basically C, R, U and D, that is create. We can create a file, we can read it. Okay, read, then update. Okay, and then delete. Okay, so this is the basic thing that we can do, although there are many more operations that can be done, but this is the basic operations that we can do with files. Okay, so and we are also going to see or about these only. Okay, so the first we are going to see about how we can how we can work with the read operation, or how we can read it. Okay, so first of all, for that what we need to do, there is more than one way to read a file in Python. If you need to extract a string that contains all characters in the file, then we can use file.read function. So this is just like how we open a function, we can actually read a function. Okay, so like for that, first what we need to do, like the following the path that I've already explained now earlier. Like first we need to open any file to do any operation with it. Okay, so the first we will open that file, specify the file name, then the mode. Okay, so we want to read it, then that's why we are specifying the mode as R. Okay, then print, what we are doing, file.read function. Now what will happen, this read function, it is actually, it will help us to print all the lines or the strings. Okay, it will extract a string that contains all the characters in the file. Okay, so this is the basic format how you can use the read function. Okay, another way to read a file is to call a certain number of characters. Now, if you don't want all the characters or all the strings from the file, then what we want to do, or what we will do, we will specify till which index we want the characters, or till which index we want the value. Okay, so basically, there is an indexing in the file. Okay, any text file, if we are using this read function, then there is an indexing of the characters. Okay, starting from 0. Okay, so what we can do, we can specify the index up to which we want. Okay, so what we are doing, we are just opening the file, read mode, and then print file.read, and then up to fifth character. Okay, so it will print the basically the interpreter will read the first 5 characters of stored data and return it as a string. Okay, so it will basically return it as a string, reading the first 5 characters. So that's the basic syntax how you can actually use the read function to print, means to read the characters or the strings in the file. Okay, so let me show you again what we are doing. We are using this read function, and then you can also iterate over the lines of the file. Okay, read the entire file. Okay, if you want to read the entire file, and you want to print it like one string. Okay, like it will work like a one string. Okay, I will show you how the output will look. So basically for that what we can do, we can just use this read function. Okay, but if you want to iterate over the lines of the file, like the first line, second line, third line, you want it in the like in an order. You don't want it in one string. Okay, don't, it's not like one word, okay, one sentence. It should not be like that. I want to print each line. Then what I can do, I can use this with, okay, with keyword. This will actually help us to iterate over the lines of the file. So with open, like what we are doing, we are opening the file, okay, and then what we will do, as like we know that the default value of mode is what, read, okay. So we are not, that's why we are not specifying it as f, okay. So what we are doing, we are like yeah, we are starting the, like we are reading the file, strings of the file, okay, and then we are starting the for loop, okay. For loop, and then line in f, that is, it will first print one line of the file, then second line, then third line, and also there is one like this separator, okay. So it will separate it, process the lines, okay. So this is how it looks. We are going to code it, so don't worry about it. I will show you how actually the output looks like, okay. Yeah, so you can see it opens the file in read mode, and then read function, then we have this read line, then we have read lines, and then close. So basically this read function jo hai, this read function is actually can be used in three ways, that is read function, then read line, and then we have read lines. What is that? So basically, this read function reads the entire data. Okay, whatever the strings that are there inside the file, it will consider it as one string, and it will read the entire data. And what is this read line about? So it reads the first line, as it is singular. You can consider it like that, so that you can remember it in a nice way. Okay, so that is read line basically. Read line reads the first line, and then read lines is there. Third function, that is this one. It will return the list containing all the lines. Now, how it will look like? Suppose I am Python. Okay, this is my first line in the file. I am an interpreted language. Okay, interpreted language. Okay, I'm writing something. Suppose, okay, this is my file, how it looks like. Now, if I use file dot read lines, then what will happen? It will return, if I print this, then what it will return, first element as I am Python, then comma, second element as I am an interpreted language. Are you getting my point? What it will do, it will break those line into values, okay, values of the list, okay. Returns a list containing all the lines as the element of that list, okay. And then what we are doing, we are closing that file, okay. So that simple trick, like just just giving you the basic idea of what are these three functions all about. Basically, read function, it will read the entire data as one string, okay. Then read line will only read one line or the first line. Then read lines will read all the lines, and it will print it in the list format, okay. So yeah, now you can actually work with the like file. You can actually like you can just take some value of the file. You can print few characters of the file. Like suppose I want only till the fifth index, then I can pass the index value, and it will be printed. So unlike write and append, as we are going to work with those two, so till now we are not having any idea about write and append, so I won't be telling you much about it. So read mode has one speciality, that is, or you can say there is one thing, one demerit, you can say that we cannot create a file, okay. Read mode won't create a file if it's not present already, because it's a logical one, that you are actually using mode that is read mode, okay. We are using this mode. What does that mean? We want to read a file, and if it is not there, if it is not already present, then what we will read, okay. So that's a bit logical. We cannot create a file in the read mode, okay. If the file is not present already, Python returns a file not found error. Also, you can write to a file which is opened in the read mode, okay. So we cannot write a file which is in the read mode. Okay. So there are three ways of reading a file. I've already explained: read function, then read line function, then read lines function. This reads the entire data, only one line, and then all the lines, and forming all the lines as the element of a list. Okay. Yeah. So next we have this write operation or write function. We can use this write mode, use this write function in the write mode. That is this, we can see that this is the write mode. Okay. Now what we can do, we can use this write function, okay, to actually change, or you can say the update the value of the file. Okay, first what we need to do, we need to open the file. Okay, so that's why we are opening the file, and then this is a write command. Okay, I'm printing something. What will happen in that file? It will actually print this. Okay, this is the write command. And then again I'm writing, it allows us to write in a particular file. So again this will be printed, and then what I'm doing, I'm closing this file. The close command terminates all the resources in use and frees the system of this particular program. So yeah, here you can see what I'm doing, I'm opening the file. Okay, and here xt is what, if you remember, I have already explained that X is used to create a file. If you don't have any existing file with that name and I want to create a file, then what I can do, I can use this X keyword, or you can say this X. Okay, X letter, it is used to create a file. Now why this T is there? So I have already explained that this T is actually for specifying the which type of file we are working on. So I want to create a text file. So that's why I'm writing xt. You can just like leave that as it is, because text, like if you are just writing X, then it is actually considering it as a text file. And if you want to write, or if you want to create a binary type of file, then you need to specify this B. Okay. So this will create an, if you don't have a file name that is already existing and you are trying to open that file and you are trying to write something there, then that will show an error. Okay. So first for that, what you need to do, you need to create a file. Okay. So first I'm doing what? I'm creating a file, that is file name.txt as f. Okay, and then what I'm doing, I'm writing this hello, this is a sample content, and that will be printed there. Okay, so that's a basic syntax how you can write in a file. Okay, now here comes another way how you can update in a file, that is append mode. Okay, so sometimes like we get confused between where to use the write function and where to use this append function. Okay, like some of them thinks that they both are same, but no, it's not like that. Actually there is a main difference, we are going to see that. Basically how we can use this append, we have this keyword that is a for append mode. We can use this function that is append function to actually update any value. This will add this new line. Okay, it will be added in the new line. Okay, so how you can do that, so it's just writing like file dot write. Okay, and this will add in the new line. Okay, why? Because we are actually using append mode. Okay, we are having this append mode. So by the help of a write function only, it is using the concept of append mode, because it is specifying the mode as a. Okay, now what is the difference between write and append mode? Let me just explain that. Whenever the file is opened in write mode, okay, when like I have opened the file and I have specified as w. Okay, so the all what happens, all the content which was previously present in the file, like whatever it was already there, okay, in the file, okay, present in the file, will be overwritten due to the file pointer having its position at the beginning. Now I've already explained that there is a concept of indexing in a file, that is we have first index as 0, first character as 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, so how it is actually working, there is a pointer, or you can say, you can take it as a cursor. There's a cursor that is blinking. So as soon as you open a file in write mode, that cursor is actually in the starting of the file. Okay, whether you are having any content inside that file or not, it doesn't care about it. The cursor is actually at the starting or at the beginning of the file. But in case of append mode, as soon as you specify the mode as A, or you can say append mode, what happens, the cursor or the, you can say, the pointer is at the last of the line, or any line is there, it will be at the that at the you can say at the end of the file. Okay, will be at the end of the file, and any existing data won't be overwritten. That simply means that if you if you specify the mode that is as append mode, okay, and now you write anything, then what will happen, it will start writing it from that pointer. Okay, and that pointer will move. But in case of write, what will happen in case of write mode, like in place of this A we have W, then what will happen, the you can say the pointer is at the beginning, and whatever you will try to write, it will be overwritten. The previous data will be removed, or you can say it will be erased, and it will be overwritten. Okay, so I guess now this very important concept of append and write is clear, I guess. Okay, now here you can see what I'm doing. Python code to illustrate with function, what we are doing, that is with open, we are finally opening this file. Okay, and we know that the default mode is what, read mode. Okay, as file, and then we are reading it. Okay, and then also we are writing it. Okay, so I don't think that I need to explain it again and again. This must be clear now. Yeah, now here comes the part of practical, how I will just explain you how you can actually do this. Let me just change the marker color. Yeah, so you can see what I'm doing. Opening this file that is demo.txt, and I'm actually creating it. Creates an empty file, any empty file. Okay, and I'm just creating it, and then I'm closing that file. Okay, file closed, file is closed. Okay, then what I'm doing, I'm creating another file. This is in the comment section. Okay, so I'm creating another file, or you can say I'm opening the file because it has been created. It is now stored in our PC, you can say. Okay, demo.txt file is already stored, it is there. Now what, I can directly open that file. Now if I don't specify the mode, then I know that it will be, by default it will be in read mode, but I want to specify it, and I want it to be in the write mode. Okay, that is, I want to write something there, or I want to append any value. Okay, so what I can do, f dot write, this is a demo file. Okay, so here you can see, by just like you can see inside this file, this is demo.txt file. Here you can see, and it is printed actually. Whatever we are trying to write, it is actually printed. And then what I'm doing, I'm closing the file, that is, this will be closed. This function, it doesn't actually, it simply means that what will happen, this close will be clicked. That simply means that. Okay, you can, for now you can just understand that. Okay, so yeah, now I'm explaining you. Yeah, again what I'm doing, I'm trying to I have closed that file. Okay, I have closed that file. Now I'm again writing something. Okay, I have opened this demo.txt, and W, okay, opens the file in write mode again, and then I'm writing, this is a second line. What was the first statement, that is, this is a demo file, and then the second statement I want to write is, this is the second line. Now I will explain you what happens. As soon as this file is opened, okay, our pointer is here. Okay, now what happens, whatever was written earlier, okay, whatever was written earlier, it will be overwritten with this new statement, that is, this is the second line. And we can see there is no statement like this is a demo file now. Why? Because it has been removed. Okay, it has been overwritten. Now what we are doing, we are closing it. Okay, so again we are opening another file, that is demo.txt, and appending the file value. Okay, earlier what was there, earlier we were having, this is a second line statement already there in the file. Okay, saved. Now I want to append. So I know that what is the concept of append. As soon as I open any file with the append as the mode, the cursor, or you can say the pointer, is at the end of the line. Okay, now whatever you want to do, I'm trying to write something, so it will be written from this. Okay, starting from here, because our pointer is here, and now after this our pointer is here. If I want to start again the file, okay, in the append mode, then the pointer will be here. And if I want to start, or you can say if I want to open the file in the write mode, okay, then the pointer will be here. That's the simple concept. I guess it will be clear. It is clear now. Yeah. And if someone asks you now that what is the difference between append and write, then I guess now you can clearly explain them. Okay. So yeah, what I'm doing, I'm appending the. So what happened here? That is, the cursor was here. That is at the end of the line. I want it in the new line. Then for that, I need to specify this. That is \n. This is actually for new line. Okay. If you write this, it will actually take you pointer to the new line. So what happens after this? I'm again opening this file in the append mode, and we know that our cursor was here. Okay. As soon as I open it in the append mode, my cursor is, or you can say the pointer is here. Okay. But while writing something, okay, I was writing something, but before that, what I did, I used this \n, which will make our what you can say pointer to here. Okay, which will take our pointer to the new line. Okay, new line, and then print. This is the fourth line, and it has been printed. Okay, I guess now this is the basic concept, and it is clear to you all. Okay, and yeah, now coming to the read function, how it works. So basically, reading won't actually print, or it won't show something. So for that, we need to print f.read to see what is actually happening there. So what I'm doing, I'm opening the, what you can say, I'm opening the file, and then in the read mode only. So for that, I need to print the data to see how it actually works. So here you can see in the like terminal, you can see what is getting printed. Whatever the data is in the file, what I'm doing, I'm printing it. Okay. So in the read mode, you can actually print the data, prints the entire data. Okay. So in the write mode, what we were doing, we were actually writing it in the file. So this is actually our file. This is the terminal, how it will look when we print something. Okay, in the read mode, then entire data is getting printed. Okay, in the same way, you can see this is the entire data. Let me just show you again. Wait a second. Yeah. So here you can see this is my terminal actually. Okay, this is my terminal. And here what I'm doing, I'm printing whatever is getting read. So read function, what it does, it actually prints everything that is there inside your file. Okay, so in the same way, so here you can see it is printing everything inside your file. Okay, and if I use read and then the index, it will actually start indexing from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. Then it will go till 6th index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will, we know that the range is actually up to which, like it will go till 5. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is I till I. Okay. I know, I hope the concept of range is clear to you all. So it will go till less than 6. Okay. So print only the first 6 characters. Okay. Starting with 0, then it will be like that. Okay. So yeah. Then read line, we know that read line, if line is there, the important point is it lines or line? If it is read line only, okay, that is singular one, then that means simple first line will be printed. That is this. Okay, our first line is this, so it will be printed. And if you want to print the like if you want to print the lines, or you can say if you want to print all the lines like a list, okay, so what you can do, you can use read lines. Okay, what it will do, here you can see, I will show you. So read lines actually like prints all the lines in the form of list. That is, it will print something like this. This will be our first element, this will be our second element. So here you can see This is the second line, this is third line, that is this is our first element, and then this is our second element, okay, of the list. That's very simple concept. I guess it is clear to you all. And then we have this, we can say that is how we can iterate over the lines, or how we can return a list of all the lines. Okay, I want to print all the elements. Okay, so what I can do first, I have I've created a variable which will store the list. So what I'm doing, I'm storing this list in the lines, and for as we know how we can print the element of the list, simply iterating over the elements. So what I'm doing, I've started the for loop and iterating over all the elements in the list, okay, and everything will be printed. And remember to close the file. If you are opening any file, remember to close that file, okay. Next, coming to the end, I guess, and now we are going to see very basic concept, that is split function. So we can also split lines using file handling in Python. This split the variable when space is encountered. Okay. So what we can do, we know that what is happening in the read lines, it is actually reading the lines. Okay. And it is separating on the basis of what? Like on the basis of the lines. Okay. But we can actually separate those variable, or actually make elements of the list by the help of space also. So what we are doing, opening the file, okay, and then what I'm doing, I'm storing it in the list. Okay, if you remember what we do in read lines, we actually create a list of element with new lines. Okay, so what I will do now, I will check for the elements that is separated by the space. Okay, like basically I am Python. Okay, this is my first line. Okay, this is my first line. I am an interpreted language. Okay, something like this. Okay, so if I write read lines, okay, file dot read lines, what will happen? This will be my first element. Okay, and this will be my second element. We know that, but by the help of this split function, I can even split these variables. That is, this will be our first element, this will be our second element, this will be our third element. Okay, how I can do that? So what I will do, I will first store the list in the data. Okay, and now I'm iterating over the elements. Okay, so I'm iterating over the elements of that what we can say, that list. So word equal to line dot split function. What will happen, as soon as the interpreter, okay, the interpreter encounters a space, okay, it splits the variable. Okay, so what will happen, it will print word by word values. Okay, so that's the basic concept, and if you are clear with these concept, you will be familiar with all the you will be uh, clear with all the concept, you can easily handle the file. Now coming to the last concept, closing this video with this closing concept. Okay, now this concept is actually to like to end the file. Basically what we are doing, we have opened the file, we need to close that file. Okay, in Python it's not system critical to close all your files after using them, because the file will auto close after Python code finishes execution. You can close the file by using this close method. So you can actually close it by manually defining it, whatever the file name is, and then close function. What we are doing, we are using this try and finally clause. If you remember, inside try we are actually opening the file. Okay, perform file operation, and then finally, this finally, if you remember what we used to do, finally simply means that whatever is written inside that finally clause, that will be executed anyhow. So that's why what I'm doing, it should be closed anyhow. So close open file, whatever the open file is, it will be closed. Okay, so yeah, we are in the end of our video, and I hope now it is clear. Yeah, some important points to remember. So ending this video with just summarizing whatever we have learned so far. The first thing, only the write mode overrides the data in a file and not any other mode. Okay, that is very important. only in the write mode. Okay, whatever the mode that we are specifying, in the case of write mode only, it will override the data. F dot write function writes the data that is given to it. Okay, whatever the data that you will provide, or the argument that you will provide inside this, that will be written. Okay, you cannot read data in write mode. Okay, if you're specifying w, okay, if you are specifying your mode as w, and then you are trying to read, or you can say you are using this like file dot and then read, you want to like print everything of that data, okay, of that file. Okay, so you cannot do that. Okay, when appending the file pointers, always stays at the end of the last character in the last line and not in a new line. This is very important concept because sometimes we get confused. So this is very important that in append, our pointer is always at the end of the character, not in the new line. And for new line, what we have to do, we are to use this backslash n. Okay, so yeah, we are actually in the end of this video, and now I guess you are clear with all the concept of how we can actually handle the file, how we can open a file first, then we can do all the operations. That is, we can read, then we can write. Okay, and the most important thing is that we cannot read a file that is in the write mode. Okay, and then we can append, and then we can uh, you can even also delete the file. So I will just explain you, like I will write it, this is your task, you can do that. So basically for that you need to first import the, like, you need to import the os module. If you remember, I've already explained this os module. So you will import that os module, because we are actually working with our operating system. We are working with the files which are there stored in our pc, not only in the directory that we are performing in the python file. Okay, we are actually working with our pc, so that's why we need to import this os module. Okay, and what we will do, we will write os dot, and then there is a function that is remove. Okay, and then the file path, or you can say the file name. What it will do, it will actually remove the that file. Okay, yeah, so that's how it is actually working. I guess now all the concept of file handling has been covered. So do give your reviews. Thank you.